So I'm sitting here thinking about working with other people at work. And ever since I started claiming to be a Christian and being excited at work and like singing Jesus songs and like, oh, happy day, you know what I mean? Just going around and just being filled with joy and goodness. Like, people around you kind of shift a little bit, you know what I mean? Some people don't care. Some people are like, whatever. And some people are like, oh man, I'm sorry, didn't mean to cuss in front of you or whatever, you know? And I'm thinking about that process and how some people do that kind of thing and like they'll be like, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss in front of you, because I don't know why. To be honest, I was kind of the guy who didn't give a damn if you were a Christian or not. I wasn't going to change myself. I didn't care about you or anything. But I can kind of see where they are, because they just don't want to offend you. They just don't want to whatever. And I thought, like, you know, that there's a scripture out there that's one of those scriptures that's always kind of been like, it's not easy to swallow. And it's it says that your righteousness is as filthy rags before me. Now, I thought about that scripture when I was thinking of somebody saying, hey, you know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss before you. You know what I mean? Like, I thought, like, man, it doesn't matter about, like, that you cussed before me. What do I care? And really, I thought, God doesn't care, because your righteousness is as filthy rags before him. And then I thought, and then all of a sudden, like, I don't know, I just got this overwhelming sense of, like, well, of course it is, because God doesn't care about your righteousness that way. He doesn't care that you come before him and perform. He doesn't want you to perform before him. And we think righteousness is a performance before him, like, oh, God, look how well I'm doing. He doesn't care. He has a father's heart. A father's heart doesn't care. It's not out there going, how are you righteous? So in other words, if I come before God going, oh, look how well I'm doing, he's like, man, I don't care about that. Are you kidding me? I care about your heart, son. I care about where your heart is. I care about loving you and pouring my passions into you and my righteousness into you. I don't care about you bringing your righteousness before me. That's never been the goal of this relationship. The relationship is always you being a baby son to me and me being a happy father to you. And in that place, we understand that love is always being poured out on us. We're not always trying to reach out and do a better thing for God. We're not trying to do a better way for him. We realize that our righteousness, he doesn't care about our righteousness. Now, our righteousness to men is important because it involves respect and understanding each other and having equality and all the things that we are and do, right? But it's not about having a righteousness before him. It's not about not cussing before God. He cares about you, man. He cares about your heart and where you're at and what you're living for. He cares about those things. And the righteousness that we think of is like God said, it's like a filthy rag before him. It's not something he wants to entertain even. He doesn't want to spend the rest of eternity with his children, with them trying to perform before him. He cares less about the performance. He doesn't care about it. He doesn't care about how well you do. You know what I mean? Like, think of it this way. If you have a son and he's playing baseball, right? He gets out there and he strikes out, right? He's not going to be like, oh, my son, if you would have just hit that ball, I would love you. Your performance determines how much I love you. Whether you strike out or whether you hit a home run, he loves you the same. It's not about whether you hit the home run or not. It's not about whether you strike out or not. And that's what I think that scripture is trying to get across to us, is that our righteousness is filthy rags. It means nothing if we think that the only thing that God cares about is whether I hit that home run, is whether I walk perfect or not. Then you've mistaken the identity of righteousness. A righteous man falls down and gets up 7 times. Falls down 7 and gets up 7. That means eternity is filled with people who fall down and get back up. That means eternity is filled with people who strike out but swing again. Because if we determine our relationship with God based on the home runs that we hit, when we strike out, we'll stop swinging. Yeah. Love you guys.